Hello, and welcome to Select 10. If you're looking for a break into the extraordinary, Amazon Prime has some of the best fantasy shows to take you away from reality. Whether you prefer dark, moody stories, high-stakes adventure, or witty charm, there is plenty for every fantasy fan. So get ready to immerse yourself in enchanting realms, unique characters, and astonishing storytelling. Because these Prime Video fantasy shows are too fantastic to miss. Number 5. The Gryphon. It is a 2023 fantasy television show based on Wolfgang Holbein's book. The narrative takes place in the 1990s and centers on Mark Zimmerman, a newcomer who battles intimidation and emotional anguish. His life drastically changes when he discovers an alternate universe known as the Black Tower, a sinister realm ruled by the Gryphon, a formidable and deadly monster. In the meantime, Mark's late father had been battling a secret war with this monster, and now Mark finds himself involved in the conflict. Along with his pals Becky and Memo, he has to face the evil that threatens both realms and learn the true story about his family's history. The series has a distinct tone owing to its gothic, gloomy style and atmosphere, which is reminiscent of the 1990s. Although energetic, the CGI is uneven. While the Gryphon is a highlight, some of the visuals seem a little out of date. While the show has a compelling fantasy horror concept, some of its slower episodes drag, and the pacing becomes uneven. Plus, the combination of teenage turmoil and dark fantasy does not always work well together, and the story loses some of its depth due to this. Overall, this bold German fantasy series delivers creepy visuals, a mysterious mythology, and a strong protagonist journey. Despite its pacing and character development issues, dark fantasy and supernatural adventure fans will find it worth watching. Number 4. Carnival Row. It is a 2019 neo-noir fantasy series that combines supernatural aspects with Victorian-era style. The show is created by Renee Echevarria and Travis Beacham and stars Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne in a universe where murder mysteries and political disputes mingle with mythological creatures. The plot takes place in the Burgay and follows Rycroft, a human investigator examining a series of savage killings aimed at magical beings. Meanwhile, Vignette Stonemoss, a fairy refugee, battles for her people's existence, facing oppression and bias. As dark secrets and political machinations surface, both individuals become embroiled in a struggle that has the potential to permanently alter their world. The show shines at world building, providing a visually stunning steampunk-inspired world featuring gaslit avenues, creepy back alleyways, and rich folklore. Even while the show has a unique concept and beautiful graphics, the primary mystery is overshadowed by a few pointless political subplots. Ultimately, it is a distinctive blend of political intrigue and fantasy that produces a visually stunning story that depends on world building. Although it might not completely please those seeking a fast-paced story, fans of dark mythology and steampunk themes will find it appealing. Number 3. The Wheel of Time. It is a 2021 epic fantasy series based on Robert Jordan's most popular book series. Developed by Rafe Judkins, the show combines magic, adventure, and high fantasy to effectively bring Jordan's expansive universe to life. The plot begins in the tiny community of Emond's Field, where 5 young locals are abruptly thrown into an overwhelming fate when Moiraine, the powerful leader of the Aes Sedai, appears. She thinks that one of them is the Dragon Reborn, an entity who has been projected to either protect or ruin the world. Pursued by evil forces, the group begins a perilous trip through a world brimming with corrupt politics, ancient magic, and imminent conflict. The majesty of Jordan's world is effectively captured by the cinematography, while several of the scenes lack the richness of their book versions. Although it retains the spirit of the original work, it makes significant deviations that could irritate devoted book lovers. While the show's ambitious intent is admirable, it struggles to balance its multi-layered lore with accessible storytelling. Overall, it's a visually stunning and adventurous adaptation that tells a fascinating fantasy story, but it may not satisfy die-hard book aficionados. Number 2. Once Upon a Time. It is a 2011 fantasy adventure series that imagines traditional tales of magic characters in a contemporary environment. The show is created by Edward Kitsis and Adam Horowitz and takes place in the enigmatic town of Storybrooke, where characters from fairy tales reside underneath a curse that has wiped out their memories of who they really are. The primary focus is on Emma Swan, a bail bondswoman with an unpleasant past, who is lured to the town when her long-lost son Henry asserts that she is the only person capable of breaking the curse. The set and costume designs successfully convey the fairy tale style, resulting in a setting that combines traditional magic with contemporary reality that is both terrifying and fascinating. One of the show's highlights is its character-centered storytelling. The early seasons present new interpretations of traditional fairy tales, but the later seasons suffer from repetitious plot lines and an excessive number of new characters that diminish prior storylines. Overall, it is a delightful and creative retelling of fairy tales, full of emotionally charged narrative and likable characters. Although its later seasons are inconsistent, the initial seasons deliver a gripping blend of adventure, fantasy, and touching drama. Number 1. Good Omens. It is a 2019 fantasy comedy series that is based on Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman's 1990 book. The show expertly combines irony, folklore, and apocalyptic stakes, featuring a disobedient demon named Crowley and a cautious angel named Aziraphale, who have lived centuries on Earth, developing a fondness for people. When they discover that Armageddon is coming and the Antichrist has been born, they band together to prevent the end of the world. Their task is complicated by many celestial and demonic forces, as well as prophecies from the witches. The show's style combines a light-hearted and apocalyptic tone, showcasing both the majesty of celestial beings and the natural splendor of Earth. The first season captures the novel's oddball humor and intellectual overtones almost well. Nevertheless, Season 2 loses the drive of the first season and goes beyond the book. The slower tempo and emphasis on Crowley and Aziraphale's romance change the tone from the initial catastrophic stakes, but it's still entertaining. Overall, it is a delightful blend of humor, fantasy, and poignant storytelling that is enhanced by incisive writing and outstanding acting. While Season 1 is a must-see for aficionados of entertaining fantasy, Season 2 focuses on character-centered narrative, which may or may not resonate with all viewers. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.